I'm Garfield Brown, lover of photography and cheap lenses, and today I'll be testing out the Minolta 35-70mm F3.5. Nice little lens, about 40 years old this one. I've actually got two copies. I'm filming on one now because I like to go on eBay a lot and I accidentally bought two, but you know, be a good test for a bit of video and see what the lens is like. Today I'm in Bushy Park. Sorry if the audio is a bit dead because you know I'm under a tree and it's my first time doing this, but hey, you know, we'll go with it. But yeah, let's go explore and see what this lens is all about. So welcome to the pilot episode of Garfield Brown Reviews Vintage Lenses. So I got really lucky with the weather today. Nice clear skies, a few clouds, perfect conditions really. Each shot was shot at 35mm or 70mm. There might be a couple in between, maybe 50mm, but most of them are either 35mm or 70mm. So as this is a pilot episode, I'm kind of testing the waters really just to see what kind of style I like. Do I just want to have the images or do I want to do a voiceover as well? Let me know what you prefer. I won't go into too much details about the lens, like, you know, specifications and stuff like that. I just really want to use a lens and show what images it can produce. And then if that inspires you to pick up a cheap lens as well, then great. Now I got my copy for 30 quid, which I think is a really fair price to be honest. I think if you spent 50 quid, even 60 quid, you'd be really happy with the price you paid still. Going forward with this series, I've got quite a lot of lenses to review, which you'll see at the end. I've got about 20. I've got one more coming in the post as well. But yeah, the channel is just really about showcasing these good vintage lenses. Nice and cheap, everyone can afford them, and it just makes photography more interesting. If you've got the money to spend, I don't think you'll be disappointed with the image quality. It is really nice and detailed. The colours are very pleasing that come straight out of the lens, and the macro mode is really useful. So I've read good things about this lens, but I'm actually really impressed with how detailed it is, especially in the macro mode. It's got a 1:4 ratio macro mode when you're in 70mm you can put it into, and the details is incredible really for a lens that's so old. Much better than your standard kit lens. Well, that's it for the photos. Successful day shooting. Let's go back to the studio. So, I hope you enjoyed that quick review of the Minolta 35-70 F3.5 lens. Yeah, great little lens. Really happy with the image quality. Very detailed. The macro mode is really helpful as well, which is quite nice. So yeah, I linked all the photos of this lens will be in the description, both JPEGs and RAWs, so feel free to have a play around with them and see what you think of the lens. Shot on a Sony A7, so full frame body, 24 megapixels, so it gives you a good idea of what the lens is like at its proper focal length. As you can see, I've got a little bit of a problem, a little bit of gear acquisition syndrome, GAS, as photographers may know. But luckily it's with vintage lenses because they're a lot more affordable than the modern alternatives, and that's the whole point of the channel really, just to highlight how good some of these old lenses are. And there will definitely be a review of the Baguette or the 500mm Allen F8 lens. Pick this up for 20 quid. You need to put a little bit of work in, but you'll be surprised how good the results are for this. I've got about 20 lenses, I think. There's one in the post on the way, and I've got a couple other dotted around the house. So yeah, a lot more reviews to come. Maybe once a month, maybe more often, maybe a little bit less often, but we'll see how it goes. But I hope you liked the video, and don't forget to... Oh, sorry. Yeah, I have a problem, as you can see.